Hello again, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show, and today we have a Tex Ritter double feature. First off is the mystery of the Hooded Horseman. Tex is up against a group of hooded outlaws and a sheriff who thinks Tex is one of the gang. Next up after that is the Whispering Skull. The Texas Rangers are up against a mysterious killer who strikes only at night. So here we go with the Wild Wild Beard West. I'll be back.
There comes old man Wilson now. Get ready.
Get what you was after, Blackie?
Yeah. Let's get out of here before somebody sees us.
Country, Nebraska's hills of sand, down to the Indian Nation and up the Rio Grande. But the Badlands way up yonder are the worst I've ever seen. The cowboys are all tender feet, the dogies are all lean. Oh, but work in the Badlands months in the year. When all your bills are settled, there's nothing left for fear. Come all you Texas cowboys, warning take from me. Don't you go to Montana to spend your money free. Oh, but stay at home in Texas where you work the year around, and you'll never get pneumonia by sleeping on the ground. You'll never get pneumonia by sleeping on the ground.
Hey, what's the matter, Stubby? My singing getting you down?
No, it ain't that, Tex. But every time I hear that song, it makes me think of my third wife. And I get all itchy and full of goose pimples. And that was her favorite song.
Well, you must have had a good wife, Stubby.
The only thing good about her was her husband.
Hey, Stubby. Looks like a loose team. Let's take a look up the road, Stubby. Maybe we can find out what happened.
Who is it, Tex?
It's Tom Wilson.
Darn if it ain't.
What happened, Tom? Hello, Tex. What are you doing? This part of the country.
He's slipping fast.
Yeah. Listen to me, Tom. Listen. Who shot you? Who was it?
The Masked Riders. You got to help me, Tex. Four-star mine. See Dan Farley. Red Eye. Papers. Valuable.
The Masked Riders.
The boys have been gone pretty long, Norton. You don't suppose something could have happened to you?
No. Not with Blackie leading them.
Don't be too sure about that. Blackie Devlin ain't to be trusted. I'd keep my eye on him if I were you.
Yeah? Get that deed? Big boss is going to be mighty pleased when he sees this. Did you have any trouble? It was a cinch. I took care of old man Wilson myself. Good. Now, when we can get rid of a few more of these troublemakers around here, we'll have Red Eye on the Four-Star pretty much to ourselves.
I don't like to say anything, Tex. When Somehow or another, I got a feeling we're riding right smack dab into a hornet's nest.
So have I.
We don't know anybody around here, and we got good jobs waiting for us at Rock Creek.
Stubby, Tom Wilson was one of my dad's best and oldest friends. Mine, too. Taught me how to rope steers when I was just a kid. And I aim to find out who got it and why. Now, if you don't know going with me, you can go ahead.
Oh, now, Tex, you know I ain't going nowhere without you.
Well, thanks, Stubby, thanks. Now let's go in there and find out how to get to the four-star mine.
Good idea. My whistle needs a little wetting.
What'll it be, gents?
Well, give me a nice, great, big, tall, refreshing glass of...
Sarsaparilla.
Oh, Tex, sarsaparilla?
Sarsaparilla. Same for me.
There was a little girl down on the farm.
Sarsaparilla.
Nose and strained her arm trying to play an old accordion.
By the way, bartender, we're strangers in these parts. Maybe you could help us. We're looking for the four-star mine. You hear that? Yeah, strangers.
Four-star, huh?
Yes. I wonder if they could have... Wait a minute.
Why, yes. Just north of here.
Thank you, thank you. What's your claim on the four-star mine, stranger?
I, was looking for Dan Farley. Why?
Nothing. Only we ain't partial to strangers around here, particularly those who come poking their noses and things that's none of their business. Now, if you're smart, you'll forget the four-star.
Well, maybe I'm not smart, but I do mind my own business.
Well, if telling you don't do you any good, maybe this will.
All right, hand off the hardware. I figured you birds would try to pull a stunt like this, so I was waiting for you. Now, don't make a move.
All right, come on there. One beer.
Look at me. What? Attaboy, Tex. Me and you can handle them.
Thank you, Stuffy. I don't know what I'd have done without you.
Hey, what guy feels like it?
Wait a minute. What's going on here? What's this all about, Norton? I think I can explain it. Come over to the bar.
Here's your troublemakers. These two fellows blew in here and started something.
That's it, eh?
It's that four-star business again, Sheriff. These two fellows came in here asking the way to the mine. Said they were going up there. We tried to talk them out of it, and they started an argument.
Now, listen, Sheriff. I didn't start an argument. This fellow don't know what he's talking about.
You know you gave us orders not to let anyone go up there. The boys were just doing their duty.
I see. There's been a lot of queer goings-on up there lately. Fires, shootings, and killings. And we don't aim to have any more of it. If I catch you hanging around there, it won't go easy for you. So take my advice, young fella, and stay in your own backyard.
All right, Sheriff. You're the boss. Let's go, Stubby. Well, Stubby, that's my idea of a fine town. We sure were welcome.
Yeah, just like old home week.
I don't like the looks of those fellows. Don't you think you'd better keep an eye on them?
Maybe I have.
Hey, there's something screwy about this whole setup. Why do you suppose the sheriff and all of them wanted to keep us away from the four-star?
Well, I don't know. But the best place I know to find out is the four-star. So let's go.
And I thought you were tough. The big boss isn't going to like it when he hears how you handle this.
What I care about the big boss. Besides, how do I know there is a big boss?
You'll find out. Soon enough.
Well, what are you staring at?
And that guy ordered sarsaparilla.
There they are, and headed straight for the mine, just as sure as you're born. Come on, men.
Hey, Tex! Looks like the sheriff's following us.
Yeah. I've been expecting them. Come on.
Stay where you are. Put up your hands.
Holy cow, it's a girl.
Who are you, and what do you want up here?
Well, if you don't mind, we'd like to ask you the same thing.
Never mind that. Who are you?
Well, my name is Tex Martin. That's my partner, Stubby.
Pleased to meet you, Mom.
We were just on our way to the four-star mine. See a friend.
Friend? Who?
Dan Farley. Know him?
Of course. He's my Uncle Tom's partner.
Is Tom Wilson your uncle?
That's right. Why? Has something happened?
He was shot.
Shot?
Yeah, killed. And his last words was for us to head for the Four-Star Mine and see Dan Farley.
I knew he shouldn't have taken that trip. I had a feeling that...
Feeling? What do you mean?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Follow me and I'll show you the mine.
What can I do for you, Sheriff? You seen anything of a couple of strange cowpokes around here, Farley? No, I haven't. Why? Well, they're troublemakers. I'm pretty sure they're headed this way. What do they look like? One's a tall and lanky individual and rides a white horse. His partner is short, fat, and wall-eyed. If I see anything of them, I'll let you know, Sheriff. Thanks. Nancy, what are you doing with these men?
They're all right, Dan. They're friends of Uncle Tom.
You know the sheriff is just here looking for them?
Well, I think I can explain that, Mrs. Farley.
Never mind that. What do you want up here?
They found Uncle Tom murdered on the Ridge Road and came up here to notify us.
Tom? Murdered? I was afraid of that.
Well, I wish there was something I could do, Mr. Farley.
Sometimes I almost wish they'd succeed in taking the Four-Star away from us. Then perhaps we'd have a little peace around here.
Oh. What is the real trouble up here, Mr. Farley?
The masked riders. They've burned, looted, killed, everywhere and everybody. I guess we've been about the hardest hit. Now it looks as if they'd played the trump card. They've got Tom, and they've probably taken the deed to the mine because he had it with him.
He was going to Silver Springs to mortgage the property so we could buy some new mine equipment.
Yes, and with that in their possession, it's only a question of time till they'll force us out of here completely.
Hey, that mine must be a pretty valuable piece of property the way they're going after it. I'd like to have a look at it.
I'd be glad to show you around. You want to go now?
Sure do. Sooner the better.
All right.
Hey, this is some layout. All right.
Howdy, Miss Nancy.
This is Bill Dawson. Tex Martin.
Glad to know you, Mr. Martin.
That Dawson.
Mr. Dawson's our mine foreman.
If you're planning on going through the mine, you'll find a lighted lantern just inside the shaft.
That's fine, thanks. Would you like to see a sample of the ore?
Well, I'd be glad to.
Dan says it isn't worth much, but it would at least give us a living if they'd only let us mine it.
Hollers and the water in the draw. The tails are all matted, the backs are all raw. Right around your little dog is right around the stone. For the fiery and the stuffy are a raring to go. Now old Bill Jones had two daughters and a son. One went to Denver and the other to Tucson. One was killed in a pool room fire. Still he goes a singing from morning till night. Right around your little dog is right around the floor. For the fiery take my saddle from the wall, put it on my pony, lead him from his stall, tie my bones to the saddle, turn our faces to the west. We'll travel the road that we love best. Ride around, you little doggies, ride around slow, for the fiery and the snuffy are a raring to go. Ride around, you little doggies, ride around slow, for the fiery and the snuffy are a raring to go.
That was beautiful, Tex.
Well, thank you, Nancy. I'm glad you liked it.
Don't you think we'd better be getting back to the house?
Well, just as you say. Thank you.
You know, Dan, when I was punching cattle for the old Bar L outfit down there in Texas, I won the roping contest 3 years in concussion. They made me the mayor of San Angelo. See, they call me the political cowboy.
By the way, Mr. Farley, do you know anything about a feller named Norton? Runs the saloon in Red Eye.
Not much. Except him and his gang are good people to stay away from. Why?
Oh, I was just wondering.
The masked riders.
Ow!
What's the matter, Stubby? You hurt?
Yeah, it's so cold I skinned my ankle and my leg fetched wrong.
Well, I got one of them. Right over there. May be interesting to see who he is. It's Dawson.
I can't believe it. He was one of my most trusted men.
Still, Dawson, a masked rider?
You better bring him up to the house, boys. I'd get some whiskey. That ought to bring him around.
I can't understand it.
It is sort of puzzling. If they want the mine so bad, why don't they come out in the open and fight for it, like men?
There must be something we can do.
I'm afraid he's done for.
think I've got an idea that might force their hand.
Anybody that can put those masked riders on the run, the way Tex Martin did the other night at the Four Star, is the man for us. Why, we all saw with our own eyes what he did to Blackie Devlin a couple of days ago. Why, that man ain't afraid of anything. We've been aiming to organize and drive out these killers and outlaws. All we needed was a leader. And I'm here to tell you, now we've got one in Tex Martin.
This fella Tex Martin had better mind his own business.
Yeah, he wants to stay healthy.
Don't forget, Jake. He's plenty fast on the trigger.
What's up?
The Count's going to organize them as vigilantes, and Tex Martin is going to lead them. So that's his game. Tell the gang to meet at the same place. Tonight.
And that's our proposition, Tex. Will you lead us?
Well, I can't think of nothing. I'd like to do better. You can count on me.
That's all we wanted to know. When do we ride?
Well, the time ain't right yet. But I'll let you know just as soon as we're ready.
Good. We'll all be expecting to hear from you.
Say, Tex, what's our next move?
Well, I think we'll drop in on Norton later on. We might find out something.
If it ain't my old pal Rosita. Say, I ain't seen you since you used to dance at the old Silver Moon in Yuma.
You remember, eh?
Oh, how could I forget it? I want you to meet my partner, Tex Martin.
So free to meet you, senor.
I do.
You sing, huh?
No, I
Maybe
don't.
you sing one song for Rosita, eh? Yes? Senor, he sings for us.
What do you want us to play for you? Do you boys know Ride, Ride, Ride? Sure. Well, that'll do, I guess.
I wonder what he's snooping around here for.
I don't know. The cinch ain't up to no good.
The moon is sort of hazy tonight. My bones are sort of lazy tonight. I'm a lonely roamer heading for home, dreaming of my sweetheart tonight. I'll ride, ride, ride till I hit the trail. That'll take me back to Texas to the gal I left behind, who's a watching and a waiting there for me. I'll ride, ride, ride down the trail to home. I'll be courting down in behind when I ride, ride, ride. I'm gonna marry you, a gal that's contrary. She lives on the prairie. We'll settle down in a home on the range. I'll ride, ride, ride down the Lone Star Trail, and I'll straddle my old saddle on the Doe Bronco of mine, and I'll battle with the cattle till the moon begins to shine, then skedaddle back and paddle to the gal I left behind when I ride, ride, ride. I'm gonna marry you, a gal that's contrary. She lives on the prairie. We'll settle down in a home on the range. I'll ride, 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 ride down the Lone Star Trail, and I'll straddle my old saddle on the Doe Bronco of mine, and I'll battle with the cattle till the moon begins to shine, then skedaddle back and paddle to the gal I left behind when I ride, ride, ride.
Oh, you are wonderful. The song is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosita.
We're being followed.
I don't hear nothing.
I reckon it's just a coyote. Come on. Men, we have a special problem to consider tonight. The big boss is mighty pleased with the way things have been going so far. Red Eye is sewed up tight. The ranchers and miners are about to give in. But before we can drive them out and take over the 4-Star, we've got an obstacle to overcome. As you know, the townsmen are organizing as vigilantes, and Martin's leading them. We've got to break that up. And there's just one way to do it. Get Tex Martin. There's one too many men here. Are you sure? I know it. Guard that entrance. Men, there's a spy here. Everybody on that. There he is. Get him. Get the horses!
Wait a minute. Don't shoot. It's me, Tex.
You? A masked rider?
Well, now, don't get me wrong, Nancy.
So you sold us out, coming up here posing as our friend.
Well, I tell you, I'm not a mess rider.
Then why are you dressed up like one?
There he is, Sheriff.
Good work, Dan. I see you got one of them. So, it's you. I might have expected it.
But you're all wrong, Sheriff. I'm no mass rider.
That's what they all say.
But you've got to listen to me, Sheriff. It's important. Let me explain.
You can do your explaining in court, Martin.
Morning, Deputy.
Morning.
I say, ain't it?
Yeah.
You know, Deputy, you got a mighty responsible position guarding this here jail.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, sir. I tell you, it takes brains to handle this end of the law. I've been watching you. Folks round here begin to talk about you.
They have?
From what I hear, you are in line to be the next sheriff of this county. But don't tell anybody I told you.
I won't say a word.
Of course, though, you got to do something big to convince them. And I got just the thing.
What's that?
Well, it's a big job, and it takes a good man to do it. That's why I come to you. Nobody knows about it but me.
Thanks. Sure is nice of you.
Oh, that's all right. Anything to help Tex out of jail. I mean, I want to help you. You're a regular fella.
What is it?
Now, here's the lowdown. Arrest all the masked riders. See you later, Deputy.
Hey, wait a minute.
Well, thank you, Stubby, for getting me out of the calaboose.
Oh, that's all right, Tex. But I thought I was going to talk myself to death trying to keep that deputy interested. Gee, but he was dumb.
Yeah, just about as dumb as you.
Yeah.
Now, listen, Stubby. We split here. Are you sure you know what to do?
Sure.
All right. I'll meet you in Green Valley.
Right.
Well, men, we're going to clean out that gang once and for all. But we've got a fight on our hands. Are you with me? We're with you. Fight! All right, let's go. There's only one thing to do. Take the law into our own hands. We've got to go down there, pull him out of jail, and string him up before he can talk. If he ever gets on the witness stand and tells what he saw here last night,
Landers now. They're out for blood. They mean business. We've got to get the jump on them. Beat them at their own game. It's our only chance. Come on.
Up with them.
All right, Martin. Get him up. I thought I'd find you here.
Howdy, Sheriff. I was just hoping you'd come along. Sorry I had to break out of your cracker box, but you made a mistake, and I had to prove it. Here's the man you want.
Why, it's Dan.
So that's the answer.
You haven't got anything on me.
Wait a minute. I suspected you from the start. Ever since the first day I saw the mine. And Nancy showed me a sample of ore that you claimed was worthless. Just for looking at it, I could tell it was worth $500 a ton.
If what you say is true, then Farley is responsible for the murder of Tom Wilson.
That's right. And Dawson, too. He gave him poisoned whiskey when he thought he was going to talk. You got anything to say for yourself, Farley?
I've heard enough. Take him away, Depp.
But I don't understand. Why should he raid his own mine?
To drive you out, Nancy. You see, Farley was the brains of a big organization of thieves and cutthroats. They were trying to get control of this entire valley. They almost did.
How did he manage to keep under cover so long?
Oh, that was easy. You see, the mine shaft connects with this hideout here. He could come and go as he pleased without being discovered.
Well, I guess that about explains everything. But it sure beats me.
It would.
Yes. What?
I'll ride, 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 ride down the trail to home. I'll be courting down in Texas with the gal I left behind when I ride, ride, ride. I'm gonna marry you, a gal that's contrary. She lives on the prairie. We'll settle down in a home on the range. I'll ride, 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 ride down the Lone Star Trail. And I'll straddle my old saddle on the door front hoe of mine. And I'll battle with the cattle till the moon begins to shine. Then skedaddle back and paddle to the gal I left behind when I ride, ride, ride.
Glad to see you, Tex.
Well, Mr. White, you've just seen the Whispering Skull with your own two eyes.
Yeah, it's mysterious, all right. Funny, no hoof marks.
Well, never is. It's been going on for weeks.
Trailing this Whispering Skull is kind of keeping you away from your law practice in Piute Springs, isn't it?
Well, you see, the sheriff of Piute happens to be Ellen Jackson's father. And, well, they're friends of mine.
Oh, I get it. The sheriff hasn't been able to arrest the Skull, so you've put away the law books to help out.
Well, no, not entirely. You see, there've been a lot of strange things going on. First, the stage was held up. Then several ranchers were killed. Mike Coran was the first to see the skull, but nobody's got close enough to him yet to identify him.
Uh-huh. Let's backtrack from where we heard the first shot.
Fine.
Leif Jeffers. He's got something in his hand.
That funny old brown rock. I'll keep it for evidence.
Tex, no wonder the folks around Piute Springs are moving out, selling their ranches. A skull that rides by night. A horse that makes no noise and leaves no trail. Doesn't make sense.
I'll get the sheriff to take care of Leif.
I'm meeting Panhandle in Rock Creek.
I'll join you.
Who is it?
Leif Jeffers.
So that's who it is, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Sheriff. Look what I found in my office this morning. A warning from the Whispering Skull. The same kind you found in your land office, Mike. Yeah.
Leave town or you'll be next. Signed, the Whispering Skull.
I don't scare easily, Sheriff. And I don't believe in ghosts, even if most of the people in this town do, who've already moved away. But I don't intend to be any target for a night-riding skull.
If the skull's got his mark on you, Duke, how do you intend to get away?
And get him before he gets me. If the sheriff won't head a posse, I will.
We'll ride. Let's get Jefferson in the empty store.
Well, customers. I sell pots and pans, ropes, cord, baling wire, any old thing your heart desires.
Who are you?
Well, Utah Smith.
Where do you come from?
Utah.
Where were you last night?
Utah? Right here. I was camped here all night. Why?
Say, what do you do with this?
Why, that's my nightgown. I sleep in it. My horse blanket itch me.
A black nightshirt?
Yeah, saves washing. Becoming, ain't it?
How does he look to you now?
Looks like we caught up with the skull.
Now, wait a minute. What's this all about?
we know you're the skull. Yeah, and you killed Leif Jeffers.
The skull rode a dark horse, and that horse out there's dark.
He's your man, Sheriff. We'll give him a quick, fair trial, and if he's found guilty, hanging won't take long.
Wait a minute, now, I ain't no skull. I don't have nothing to do with ghosts. They scare me to death. Hey, you're the law. Make 'em let me go.
Wait, he's not the skull.
What makes you so sure?
Does he look like the kind that would ride a horse that makes no sound when his feet hit the ground? No. He's not the skull, that I'm sure.
Well, if he isn't, who is?
Well, maybe you are. You or you. Perhaps I am. Who can tell? We'll take him into town and give him a fair trial.
Nope, we'll straight it.
I'll drill the man that drops that noose over his head. Hanging a man without due process of law is murder.
Thanks, Tex.
How'd you get here?
His horse didn't make any noise.
Oh, I heard it. You so busy trying to hang me, you couldn't hear nothing. Maybe he's
You under the noose. Step down.
Gladly. Trying to hang a man with his own rope.
If you think he's the skull, why don't you ask him the questions you asked the other fellow? Or maybe you don't trust that gun of his.
I'll ask him when I'm ready.
Yeah, but you ain't ready now.
Say, who is this skull I'm supposed to look like? We'll tell you when we find out.
We came near making an awful mistake, boys. Trying to hang that peddler for the skull.
Oh, come. He looks like the skull to me.
Maybe so, but we would have left ourselves with no one to blame a lot of things on.
Meaning what?
That sheriff down the road is beginning to get in our way. Now, if something were to happen to him, we'd get a new one. Maybe someone who'd play our way. Who do you think would be blamed for the sheriff's accident?
Why, we would.
No. The Whispering Skull.
Hey, Judge. I want to have a talk with you.
What's up, Islas?
Maybe we'd better find out.
You want this private, or can they all listen?
There's nothing private about it, Judge. I want you to sign that warrant.
What's the idea, Marvin, asking me to sign a warrant for the arrest of the skull when we don't know who we're looking for?
We know who we're looking for. The Whispering Skull. Sign it so I can serve it. Well, I'm waiting, Judge. I'll serve this between now and midnight. No, boys, I'll serve it alone.
something funny about that. Marvin riding out with a warrant to serve on a skull alone.
Yeah, did you notice the judge didn't want to sign it? I've been suspicious of the judge all along. He looks like the skull to me.
If Marvin thought he had the skull in the judge, would he be riding out of town looking for him?
I thought myself the judge acted kind of funny. Oh, he's always like that. Suspicious of everything and everybody.
Well, I sure hope he don't look my way. Once was enough for me.
Let's have a talk with the judge.
You all go first.
Come on in, Mike. Have a drink with us.
No, thanks. I gotta get back to the office.
No judge in there.
Another brown rock.
Yeah. It's just like the one that Leif Jeffers had in his hand when he was killed.
Yeah?
Don't look like much, do they? Where's Duke Walters?
He's in his office.
Duke, come out here. I want to talk to you.
Say, how long are we going to stick around here waiting for that judge?
I think that shot came from Duke's place.
Thought we heard a shot in here. What happened?
Nothing.
Well, then you don't mind if we take a look?
Nobody goes in there, stranger.
No?
No. What is all this? this hombre insisted on going into the back room when you told us nobody was supposed to go in there.
You know what's in there?
Yes, of course I do. Marvin Jackson, the sheriff.
He's dead.
So would you be if you had a .45 slug in you.
How do you know he's got a .45 slug in him?
Well, I was in here with Duke and the others. I just left when I heard the shot and came right back in. They were all here. I went in with Duke and we saw what happened. I told them to keep everyone out till I got Doc Humphreys. Go ahead, Doc, and examine the corpse. There's no corpse in there.
Yeah, I must be seeing things. Sheriff was there, all right.
Well, he's not there now.
Well, dead men can't walk, or can they?
How do we know he was dead?
Hey, here's the sheriff out here.
Marvin Jackson is dead.
Well, how do you account for him being out here?
Yes, when a moment ago he was in Duke's office.
He was in my office, all right.
Yeah, I saw him myself. Say, you don't think that Whispered Skull had anything to do with this, do you?
Marvin was a fool setting out to serve a warrant on the skull.
It looks that way, Judge.
Let's take him inside.
We'll put him in the empty store. Ellen, Marvin's daughter.
Hello, Ellen.
Hello, Tex. What's wrong?
Come into your father's office a minute.
Where's Dad? Something's happened to him, I know. I've felt it ever since I received his letter 3 days ago.
We just found him. Sit down, Ellen.
I guess none of us need say much, Ellen.
I understand. Read this letter from Father, Tex. It will explain a lot of things. You see, Father knew the Whispering Skull.
I know who the Whispering Skull is. I can hardly believe it, Ellen. I can place my hands on the skull any time of the day or night. I know his hideout and the secret of why his horse makes no noise. As ever, your dad.
Too bad you didn't get here sooner, Ellen. You might have known your father's secret. Are you sure your father never gave you any idea of who he thought the skull might be?
No.
I want to talk to you, Doc.
All right. This place used to belong to Marvin Jackson. When he was elected sheriff of Paiute, he just closed up his business here and let it stand. Well, you said you wanted to talk. Go ahead. A dead man can't repeat anything you want kept secret.
That's right, Doc. A dead man can't. But this man is not dead.
It seems impossible for him to be alive, but he is.
Doc, we've got to hide Marvin Jackson and keep him alive.
We're both taking a risk. If we take him away and he lives, fine. But if he dies, how are we going to explain why we took a dead man?
To the skull, the sheriff of Piute is dead. Now, if we can keep him alive so he can talk, any risk we run will be worth it. Well, minutes count right now, Doc. Do I try it alone, or are you with me?
We'll work together, Mr.
Reno Carson will do for the time being. Where can we hide him?
We're standing over the best place I know of right now. The cellar of this store.
How about filling you this bucket? That thing you got there is too small. What'll wear you out carrying water in that thing?
Oh, it's big enough for me.
I said the bucket was too small. I see you don't want to buy a bucket.
No, I didn't want to buy a bucket.
That's what I thought.
Marvin was a good sheriff. It'll be hard to find a man to replace him, Judge.
Of all the towns I was ever in, this is the worst. What that Whispering Skull's got the women folks so scared they won't even open the door to see what I'm selling. Fixing to bury the sheriff, well, I might as well start traveling.
Well, I think we have found a man to replace him.
Wait a minute. If you gents think you've got the skull again, you're mistaken. I ain't forgetting the reception you give me coming into Piute.
Put up your shooting iron. You can use it to good reason if you'll listen.
I'll put it away when you explain what you want. Now start chirping.
Well, I don't have to tell you that Piute needs a new marshal. A man to fill Marvin Jackson's boots. And the judge seems to think that you're the man for the job.
You're not getting me to take that job. Not in this town. Lawmen don't live long enough around here.
Well, there's good money in it.
Yeah, but you can't spend money where them sheriffs want it. Besides, I want to die with my boots on, so it won't hurt my toe when I kick the bucket.
Here's to the new marshal.
Well, I ain't drinking to that.
Oh, I just pour in Mr. Smith, Tex, to take over Marvin Jackson's place.
Well, that's fine. I think you'll make a good sheriff. Your first job is already cut out for you. Come with me. When I first came in here, Marvin was here, Leif was over there. When I came back, this is what I found.
Leif Jeffers.
You're the law, mister. Find Marvin Jackson's body. You'd better hurry up about it.
Yeah, and if you've got any ideas about giving Leif a funeral, you better do that quick, before his body disappears.
Who do you suspect?
Well, I don't know nothing about being a marshal. I don't know where to start. Who should I suspect? Myself? Hey, what am I saying?
Dad's letter made it plain that he knew who the skull was.
Yes.
Well, I can't figure out why, if he knew who the skull was, that he didn't arrest him instead of waiting to get shot in the back.
Well, you read Dad's letter. He said he could place his hand on the skull any time of the day or night. I have my suspicions, too.
Well, look, Ellen. If you know who he is, please tell me so I can go after him.
What do you think, Doc? He has a chance. It's a slim one, but a chance. You have to live. You have to live.
Sure, I've got to live.
You hear me? You must live. You will live to get the skull.
You hear me, Marvin? You must live.
Hey, he ain't talking to me. You will live to get the skull.
It's never too late to say you're sorry. True love awaits you all your days. Someone's heart beats for you. Her eyes with tears are starry. It's never too late to mend your ways. It's never too late to win your true love. She will be there for you to find. She has pledged you her love by all the stars above. It's never too late to change your mind. It's never too late to be forgiven. No reason why you have to wrong. Don't you know you'll regret this long life you're living? It's never too late to go back home. Well, I guess you think it's funny finding me singing at a time like this.
Not at all, Tex.
It's the way I sort of relax. Hey, how close are we getting our hands on the skull?
Very close. If the sheriff lives and talks.
The sheriff lives.
Mm-hmm. I've been with Doc Humphreys. We made a little discovery. Found that Marvin was still alive.
Oh. So it was you who moved him?
That's right, with the doc. We took him into the cellar under the empty store and operated. Got the bullet. Looks like he's got a chance to pull through.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Well, we didn't have time, and minutes counted. And if the skull knew he was still alive, he might make another try and this time finish him.
Well, let's get back. Be there when Marvin comes to. Maybe you can tell us who shot him. working your skull idea all right. Nobody suspects us in any way.
Not even Tex Ames.
No. So long as nobody knows who the real Skull is, we might as well keep the blame on his shoulders for everything we do.
Yeah, but what are we going to do when the real Skull finds out we've fallen in on his setup?
Well, we won't have to worry about that after tonight. Eilers, you make sure you get that strong box off the stagecoach tonight. We'll have enough money to buy up that range property with the rocks on. We'll all be rich. What do you make of that, Tex? Well, they're up to something, but what? I wonder what Ellen's doing out here. I don't know, but I'm gonna find out.
Unhook your horses and take them down the road.
One of Duke Walters' men.
Well, what do you know about that? Say, I don't mind going back now we got the skull.
He isn't the real Skull.
He ain't.
What are his chances, Doc?
Good. I'm glad you're here. Marvin's been trying to talk. Don't worry, Ellen. Your dad's going to pull through. Just sit here quiet.
Duke, stage just got in. Something's going wrong. I'll say something's gone wrong. We'd better start heading for new parts. And leave what we know is $1 million laying around loose on the ground. Oh, no.
Why, that's Islas.
Yeah, you've had the skull in your camp all along and didn't even suspect it.
Well, who would? Well, we can all rest easy now that you got him, Marshal.
Oh, I didn't get him. Another skull shot him.
Another skull.
Yeah.
I saw the judge leave town the same time you did, Duke. He hasn't come back.
I've had him pegged for the skull from the start, and you know it.
You're right, Carter. The judge is a skull, and he killed Islas.
They surprised me. My back was turned. I looked over my shoulder and saw Duke. He fired. That's all I remember.
I want to talk with you, Duke.
I want to talk with you too, Judge. In just a moment. Time for a showdown, Duke.
Mike Core.
You haven't got anything on me. What did you run for? Let's go back to town. You got some explaining to do.
Mike here found a lot of these rocks on the range. He thought they were diamonds. He wanted to buy the land cheap, so as the skull, he tried to frighten the ranchers into selling. Those he couldn't scare, he killed.
Duke found some of the stones, tried to beat the skull to his own game. What they both didn't know was that these kind of diamonds are worthless.
We'll hold the whole kit and caboodle for trial.
Adios, Judge. So long, Doc.
Bye, Dave. Good luck.
Bye, Dave.
Now you say there's nothing left between us but a ghost of what we tried to find. I'm afraid my heart is just the same, dear. So I'll wait in case you change your mind. Maybe I should say it's best we're parting. Maybe I have love with a heart too blind. But I know I never could forget you. I'm still yours in case you change your mind. In this world of strife and disappointment, if your heart desires somewhere you find, I will understand and I won't blame you. But I'll wait in case you change your mind. If you think your love for me has ended and you want to leave it all behind, go your way, but just remember, darling, I'll be yours in case you change your mind.
What do you think you're doing, Panhandle?
Digging for diamonds. We're rich. Come on, help me.
Forget it. They're worthless.
Oh, the ones I got ain't. They cut glass.
Well, that's about all they're good for, Panhandle.
Oh, shucks. I thought I was going to be rich.
Back already, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show, and that was a double feature of Tex Ritter. We'll have more Tex Ritter movies coming up soon. But if you missed one of my shows, you can always go to YouTube under Donald O'Malley or Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Hit like and subscribe and you'll never miss one of my shows. So good night, folks. See you next time. Be safe.